Okay, look, the article we've just written up is a comparison between a skull, two skulls to be honest. One, which I'll hold up now, which is this one here, is a cast of an original Homo sapiens sapien from 1904 and has been compared to as the 8 pieces of skull that we've got from the no forehead being we've spoken about before, and it's been placed together and it now looks something like that. And what you have there is the eyes at the front and the no forehead effect. And of course, they're different in many ways. What we've actually done is the cast I've shown you, it is in the process of being completely made so that it looks like the first one I showed. And then we'll do more work, and this is like a brief introduction, where we've made some crude measurements and comparisons between what we've got there. Now, very simply, the most important part of this story is of the nine comparisons we made, of which it shows us they've got nothing in common. There are 2 I want to raise now, and then the other 7 are in the actual article we put up, which is amazingly small for me. It's only 1,200 words. I can't believe I kept it that small. Okay, irrespective of my feet on one occasion, back to what we're talking about. Now, the 2 most important things I've noticed with this are as follows. Number 1, this being here, the Homo sapiens sapien, that comes from Australia from 1904. I measured its skull to get a crude comparison because that's all it is at the moment. It's all it's meant to be. And it's 16 centimetres long and 12 wide. With the other one, this one here, when you measure this one and you measure how long that skull is there, it is 19 wide and 14 across, which works out to be 28% larger in a 2-dimensional comparison. Now that 28% means this one, the Homo sapiens sapien, between 1,300, 1,350. The other one's got to be around 1,700, 1,750, which means it's got 400 cc more brain capacity. Now, the second part of this story is very simple. It's the ridge across the top. You feel how your eyebrows go, and you'll find that the eyebrows stick out, then it drops in and then goes up again. The being we're dealing with here, and I'll try and hold this up, you'll see that the eyebrow ridge has run up, and that's the peak at the top. Where we have an indentation, that's the highest point of the whole skull. It sticks out further there and doesn't drop in. So here we have a being that has a forehead that primarily, if I can get this the right way around, and I will eventually, runs backward like this. And secondly, the eyebrow ridge at the top sticks out, it juts out, and ours goes in. So ladies and gentlemen, this article is about a comparison between a Homo sapiens sapien and another being which we are 99.9999% sure has no central suture whatsoever. Well, it's not a hominin. It's not a Homo sapien. What it could be? Well, our bet, as you know, is we believe it's actually a traveller from afar, from the stars, extraterrestrial. And that between the 2 of these beings that were buried next to one another we've got at the moment, we get the great scope, genetic scope that makes human beings what we are today. Bear in mind this, ladies and gentlemen, I know what a fox looks like. Same eyes, same nose, same everything, but different colours. I know what a Labrador looks like. Same thing, same face, because they come from the same mother. And we all come from one mother, and none of us look the same, not one of us. Somewhere along there's something that's not quite right. But all I'm going to say is this: if you throw into the equation the no forehead being that is nothing like us, and you mix it up with one Homo sapien, your genetic range and your diversity is massive. My guess is we might be looking at Adam and Eve. But either way, I can tell you what we're not looking at. It's not a Homo sapien, and it's not a hominin, and it was found in Australia, and it is original. That's all we know. And today, and then the next article comes up when we've got the skull completed, and then we'll continue those comparisons. Okay. If you have a chance, have a look at the article itself. You'll find there are 9 different pieces of science to prove these things aren't the same. And for now, that's where we leave it, but there'll be more.